Holidays bring a lot of emotions, joy, connection, memories, but they can also bring stress, misunderstanding, and tension you did not see coming. And if we are being honest, there are years when you look at the person you love and think, we used to feel closer than this. How do we get back there? Today, I want to give you something hopeful. 7 steps to help you find your way back to each other, especially when you have walked through hurt, distance, or an argument that still feels tender. And yes, forgiveness is part of this, but not the forced kind and not the rushed kind, the kind that brings peace instead of pressure. So let us breathe, slow down, and walk through this together. When things get tense, most couples do one of 2 things. They either keep arguing until they say something they regret, or they shut down entirely and avoid the issue. Neither one brings healing. Step 1 is to pause the fight, not the relationship. This means saying, I care about you, I do not want to hurt you. Let us take a moment, calm down, and come back to this. This pause is not avoidance. It is stewardship. It communicates our connection matters too much to ruin it with rushed reactions. Distance does not begin when things get hard. Distance begins when we stop returning to each other. We often fight about the surface thing, the dinner, the tone, the schedule, the mess, but underneath there is usually something deeper. I did not feel valued. I did not feel heard. I felt abandoned. I felt dismissed. I felt alone. Step 2 is to name the real hurt. Naming what is underneath the moment gives your partner a chance to understand you instead of defend themselves. Try saying, when that happened, I felt, instead of you always or you never. Blame closes hearts. Honesty opens them. Step 3 is to listen to understand, not to react. Most couples listen only long enough to prepare their comeback. But healing happens when you listen long enough to understand the why behind the words. Listening is an act of forgiveness. It creates space for your partner to be human, imperfect, and still deeply loved. Lean in, make eye contact, put the phone down, let your partner finish their full thought. When someone feels heard, defensive walls fall quickly. Step 4 is to take responsibility for your part. Responsibility is not admitting you caused everything. It is simply acknowledging the part that belongs to you. Maybe you shut down. Maybe you raised your voice. Maybe you did not communicate clearly. Maybe you assumed the worst instead of giving the benefit of the doubt. Responsibility opens the door for healing because it shows your partner, I am willing to grow, I am not stuck, and I am not your enemy. It softens hearts more than most people realize. Step 5 is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a decision. A decision to release resentment so it does not keep poisoning the relationship. You do not have to feel ready. You do not have to feel good about what happened. You do not have to have every emotion sorted out. Forgiveness simply says, I am choosing connection over bitterness. I am choosing us over this moment. Forgiveness is not pretending it did not hurt. Forgiveness is choosing not to let the hurt win. And often when forgiveness is chosen, the feelings catch up later. Step 6 is to create a plan for moving forward. Healing is not only about talking, it is about putting something new into practice. Ask each other, what do we both need moving forward? How can we meet in the middle? What would help us stay connected? What boundaries or rhythms would make this easier next time? This step ensures you are not simply patching the moment, you are strengthening the relationship. Your goal is not perfection, it is partnership. Step 7 is to rebuild connection through small acts of kindness. Reconnection does not happen through one big conversation. It happens in tiny, simple moments that remind you of each other. A hand on their back, a warm meal shared together, a quiet drive, a short walk, a moment of prayer, a gentle I love you. Small acts rebuild trust faster than long explanations. Connection grows in familiarity, the everyday ways you show we are on the same team. We are moving forward. We are choosing each other again. If you have been feeling a little distant, if this year has stretched you thin, if you have had moments that left your hearts bruised, I want you to hear this. You can find your way back to each other. One conversation, one small act, one step of forgiveness at a time. Your relationship does not need perfection. It needs two people who are willing to return to love instead of running from each other. If this encouraged you, I would love for you to subscribe because every Monday I share practical, faith-centered relationship guidance to help you build a stronger, steadier, more connected marriage. And if you are working on communication, I will link another video on healthy conflict right here. I am cheering for you both. You are not alone, and there is a way back. If you want to go even deeper in building connection, my book, Let Us Talk, is filled with simple and meaningful ways to communicate, reconnect, and understand each other in a healthier and closer way. I will link it below if you would like to look at it.